Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Awesome. I'm super excited about the topic we have tonight. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Make sure we're in the right group. Looks like everything is a go. Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in. Super excited to share this topic. It is very important for people to know and to learn about. So we are going to dive in. Okay. Tonight, we are talking about reducing your toxic load. Now, this is a heavy topic. We're also going to talk a little bit about how your toxic load can actually be passed down to the fourth and fifth generation of your family, which is crazy. You definitely want to be able to stick around and hear about that. I definitely, with this information, don't want to depress or overwhelm you, but I do want to scare you enough and make you know how important this topic is so that you will want to make a change. And I really encourage you, do not keep this information a secret, because people in your life need to know this information. So thanks for joining us. We've got lots of girls tuning in. This is going to be a super fun night. So what y'all diffusing? I've got Thieves and Lemon in my diffuser, purifying the air, making it so that I can stay well and healthy through this whole presentation. The first few oils that I'm going to start with and share on are oils that are in Young Living's amazing premium starter kit. This is the best way to get started with Young Living and with essential oils. So we're going to talk about a couple of the oils that help to reduce your toxins in your home. And it also comes with, I've got a couple diffusers in here, but this Desert Mist diffuser is the diffuser that the premium starter kit comes with, which is my favorite. Oh, Corey, you still love the Christmas spirit? Me too. I still have the hand soap like all over the house. Absolutely love it. So the reason why the premium starter kit is the best way to get started on your wellness journey is because the essential oils in this kit cover about 95 to 99% things that we deal with every single day, from headaches to upset stomach to energy boosting, cleansing out our body. So many things get covered in this kit, and we honestly still order those things all the time. So the 11 oils in this kit, I am ordering almost every month. They are some of our favorites. We use them for so many things, and it's such an amazing day. So you get all the oils and the diffuser. In Canada for $199.75. In the US, it's $160. In Canada right now, there's shipping for new members, which is super exciting. So I know we have a few new members in this group. So if you are brand new and excited to get started, just send me a message and I can answer any questions and help you along that. Hey, Tracy, we've got more ladies jumping on. This is awesome. Hi, Sarah. Okay, so I am going to jump into it. So the reason that we love Young Living so much is because of the seed to seal process. Now, this is the foundation and one of the most important factors with Young Living. So where do our oils actually come from? They come from stems, leaves, resin, branches, trees, bushes, all sorts of things like that. They're all natural, and they actually help our bodies to do the things that they naturally should be able to do. But these essential oils that come from the plants and shrubs actually help to support our body to do what it needs to do and help boost that up. So the ways that we can use our oils, there's a few different ways. First is like using in a diffuser. You can actually just apply a couple drops into your hand, rub it in your hand, put it over your nose and mouth, and inhale. You can apply it topically to your skin. So a couple things to note. So when you're doing it aromatically and breathing it in, that's going directly into your olfactory system and into your brain. When you're applying to the skin topically, it's good for so many reasons, but it goes directly into your bloodstream, so it's filtering through your whole body, which is amazing. And then there's also the plus line, which I don't have the bottles that have a little plus on it. Those are for internal consumption, and those ones are excellent for adding to your water or adding into baking. And not only do they help enhance the flavor, but there's also amazing health benefits for using them internally. So I would only ever recommend the use of Young Living essential oils. They are the pioneer of the essential oil industry. They were around before oils were cool and hip and all over the place. The cool is that Young Living has so much education and experience in distillation in the whole process. They know the right time, the right temperature, pressure, all of that, when to distill and to harvest and stuff, and oil, to extract all the chemical constituents and the therapeutic properties present in that particular plant. This is very science specific, and it's important that it's done the right way. Or what happens is you can have an organic essential oil, but not actually have any therapeutic benefit. You could have a pure oil. Some of them are labeled as pure, but if this process isn't done correctly, you may have something that smells nice, but it's actually not going to help support your body. Whereas if you have one that is done properly, it can help us in so many ways. But the problem is there are a lot of oils out there that are misleading and that say they're natural and they're actually not. And those, when they're diluted or when they have toxic things in them, can actually harm the body. So this is super, super important. So an example for you of why this process is so important is for cypress essential oil, it has 280 known chemical constituents, and all must be present to get us the therapeutic benefits that we need from that particular oil. If the oil is distilled for 20 hours, you only get 20 of the 280 constituents present. If you do the distillation for 26 hours, so 6 hours more, you get none. There's none of them. You have the essential oil, but no chemical constituents that the plant needs. If you distill for exactly 24 hours, you get all the 280 chemical constituents. And like we have talked about in past classes, is when we have a full chemical profile in an essential oil, our bodies know what to do with it. It has everything balanced that our body can use it, metabolize it, put it where it needs to be. In the Western medical industry now, what they actually do is they take one constituent, usually from essential oil is how they find kind of things that are working, but they'll isolate that one constituent so that they can patent it. But what happens is you're going to start to get side effects when you only have one constituent, because you don't have the full chemical profile to balance it out the way our body properly needs it. The other thing is with like oils that may be toxic, like if they're synthetic or adulterated, into our bloodstream just like the natural oils that we use, but it's actually going through your bloodstream, your brain, into your liver. So the toxic ones can actually be quite damaging. So it's really important that you're using really high quality, and that is why I would only ever recommend Young Living. So we're going to go over just a couple of the oils in the Premium Starter Kit and their benefits for toxin-free living and great uses for the home and to help clean the environment, clean your home and also clean the air. So one of the first is, of course, we all know and love Thieves essential oil. Thieves is actually amazing for oral care, for canker sores. It helps to kill off bacteria, viruses. It cleans the air. It's actually amazing to kill off toxic black mold. I'm sure that I've shared this before, but I actually had a friend, my mother's friend, who had toxic black mold in her house. Long story short, she used, she got tested to know for sure it was toxic black mold, and she used Thieves and it was completely rid of it. So you'll probably know, you can even Google this online, but many of you have seen the example of somebody putting a drop of Thieves on a piece of bread, putting it in a Ziploc bag, leaving it on the counter to watch it mold, but the part where the Thieves essential oil is completely fine. There's also this past Halloween, I noticed people using Thieves and spritzing it on their pumpkins when they would carve their pumpkins to make them last longer, which is really cool. It's awesome to put on your bottoms of your feet and along your spine to support your immune system. You can do your own glands if you dilute it. One interesting fact too is come springtime, where we have spring mold and people are starting to have spring allergies, oftentimes it's because of mold. Snow is melting, there's a lot more mold going around, and that actually gets stored in our body and in our spores and stuff. So that can result in a chronic cough, but often it's just from mold. And Thieves is one of those amazing oils to help combat that. So just a little tip there. And because Thieves is so amazing, it does have a whole Thieves line with toothpaste, dish soap, hand sanitizer, cleaner, like all sorts of things, hand soap. And we'll get into a few more of those a little bit later, but the Thieves is amazing. Next up is lemon essential oil. Lemon is also a favorite of mine. I never am without lemon. I actually keep it in my purse, sometimes in my car. We have it in the kitchen. This is great, especially for children, because it's super gentle. For boosting the immune system, you can apply to the bottoms of the feet, the back of your spine. It actually helps to boost the white blood cells, which are going to help your body's natural defense for bacteria and viruses. It's amazing for cleaning. So any gummy, sticky residue, it's going to help to get rid of that. You can add it to your Thieves household cleaner just to boost it up, to give it that little bit extra cleaning power, to get rid of that sticky, gummy kind of residues. It's amazing for cleaning fruits and veggies, so you can add it to some water, throw your produce in it, and it's going to help to remove the wax and any germs off your produce. And I love to add it to water to drink instead of adding fresh squeezed lemon. The cool thing is a lemon essential oil is from the rind of the fruit, not just the juice. And there's a lot more benefits in the rind. So if you look up the word D-limonene and its benefits, lemon oil is very high in D-limonene and it has amazing benefits for the body. So that's why I prefer to drink the essential oil in my water over the actual fruit, just to get an extra kick of health benefits. Next up is purification essential oil. Purification is a rock star oil. I love to add this to my laundry. So any like stinky stuff. So we add it to laundry, like kids' laundry that's smelly, diaper pail, garbage shoes, hockey sticks, or hockey bags, sorry. Anything that has odor, this really helps to get rid of. It can actually help with the off-gassing on paints and furniture. So when we painted our home, we actually added drops of essential oil into the paint. You can also, apply it in a spray bottle, maybe throw a little bit of mineral salt in there and spritz your furniture to help neutralize and get rid of the off-gassing from furniture. You can add it to cleaner as well. It's great if you take a little bit of baking soda with drops of purification, and you can sprinkle it through your carpet, let it sit for a half an hour, vacuum that out, and it's going to freshen it like amazing. Next up is Digest essential oil. This one is an amazing oil as well, and I like to pair it with purification. So I use both of these in my laundry. I find Digest really just kicks it up, and I actually put it right in with my Thieves laundry soap. So a couple drops of each. Any smell, the Digest just totally helps to neutralize that as well. So secondhand clothes that may come from a home that used fragrance-filled laundry detergent or fabric softener, Digest will really help to get rid of that. Also the smell of smoke. So it could be campfire smoke or from actual like home fires. So we had a friend who was in actually a holiday trailer, and the trailer lit on fire. So they, of course, they evacuated quickly, but all of their clothes had an awful smell of smoke. And she did the laundry, added the Thieves essential oil, and actually got rid of all of the stench from the smoke. So it's amazing at removing odor. The other thing that comes in the premium starter kit that's great for ridding the toxins is the Thieves hand purifier. This stuff is like one of my favorites. I'll probably say that about every product because I love it so much. But we have a big one at home. So they come in like a 7-8 ounce bottle. We have one in my the big one, then in lunch kits, purses, kids backpacks, pretty much everywhere we keep these little guys. And the great thing is it's non-drying. So it's got little bits of aloe. The essential oils are lemon, rosemary, cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus. So it's got the essential oils in there that's going to help to fight the bacteria on your hands, but it's not drying to your hands like other hand sanitizers out there. Most hand sanitizers actually have like antibiotic type ingredients that kill everything, which isn't a good thing. So it's really important to have something that will still kill off the germs because we want to stay healthy, but that's not going to be harmful to our body. So we have like love the hand sanitizer. Another really cool tip actually that I recently learned is this hand sanitizer is great for cleaning out ink. So any sort of ink, you can apply a tiny bit of these hand sanitizers, let it sit, and then just dab with a paper towel, and it actually helps to remove the ink. Another testimonial was somebody with eczema on their hands was using the hand sanitizer, and they actually found that it didn't dry, it didn't have their hands crack more, which could cause more infection. It actually helped to clear up on their hands the eczema that they were having. So that is an amazing, amazing testimonial. Also in the starter kit, which is going to help get rid of the toxins and keep you healthy from your body, is drinking the evening sherbet. This is one of my favorite supplements. It's a whole food supplement. You drink minimum 2 ounces every single day. It's got aronia, cherry, yuzu, plum, blueberry, all really healthy dark berries. With the wolfberry, which is the main ingredient, it's the whole food, so you're getting all the fiber and the nutrients from that. You'll actually notice when you get the bottles, there's a sediment at the bottom, which is getting that whole berry profile, which is going to help with digestion and all of that kind of stuff. And then the essential oils to amp up the benefits for our body. So I absolutely love that. Drink it every single day. So if you are new to Young Living and new to this whole idea, that's one of the best ways to get started is the premium starter kit. Right now, there is a bonus that up until the end of the month, anybody that enrolls with the premium starter kit will get free shipping on their premium starter kit, as well as a free foaming hand soap. So that's amazing. And then if you join the loyalty program, which is Central Rewards, we'll talk about that a little bit bit later, you get 2 bonus essential oils, Spearmint and Spearmint Plus. So you're getting a ton of product for only $199.75 in Canada or $160 in the United States. So it is an amazing deal for what you get. The other thing that I want to encourage you guys is every time that we join these calls, you're going to learn something new. And I encourage you not to hold that back, to share with your friends, to share with your family. It's super simple to do. It doesn't have to be scary. And the best thing is that they can actually order their product using your member number as a referral direct from Young Living's website and have their product shipped directly to their door. So everybody gets the same amazing wholesale price, and you get a benefit by referring somebody, and Young Living sends you a little thank you check. So be sure not to keep this a secret and share with the people that you care about. It doesn't have to be scary. We recommend things every day, all the time. So it's just like recommending a great restaurant. When you hear somebody and they complain about a headache or that they need a new toothpaste or whatever, you have a suggestion of something that you've tried and that you love. So be sure to recommend that to your friends and family. So let's get into it. We are going to talk about ditching and switching. So it's crazy, but the toxins in our body have been linked to many sicknesses and conditions. Just give me 1 second here. I'm going to make sure my internet is strong. Okay, sorry about the interruption, guys. Hopefully it will get not as glitchy for you guys. And the replay always works out good. So let's just pray that that works. Okay. So like I said, toxins in our body are linked to so many conditions and sicknesses. Have you ever thought about the connection between the rise in chronic disease and sickness and the rise in the environmental toxins that we are exposed to? Toxins are linked to things like cancer, autism, neurological disorders, which is like neurotoxins, so that affect the brain and the nervous system, mental health issues, and so much more. So our bodies get burdened, and we cannot, when we're exposed to so many things, our bodies, it starts to compound and our body is burdened, and we can't detox those things. So we are totally overloaded. There's a huge link to autoimmune disease with things like Crohn's, colitis, lupus, Lyme's, and having a toxic, overloaded system. So here's an interesting fact for you. 90 to 95% of illness is brought on by environmental conditions, and only 5 to 10% of those illnesses are due to genetics. Like, that's a huge, huge wake-up call. That if only 5 or 10 of our genetics are a factor in our health, even if we get dealt not the greatest card in greatest hand with our genetics, we have the choice to live clean, to get rid of the toxins in our home, to eat healthy, to watch our mental health and how we're thinking. All of those kind of things play into your overall wellness. And so we have 90 to 95% control over this, which is really awesome. So even though we have genetic, oh yes, I mentioned that most of it is environmental, and we actually have that choice. So the Toxic Control Substances Act passed a law in 1976, and over 65,000 up to 100,000 chemicals were allowed to be grandfathered in to our daily products that are still on the shelves today. So that means 76, they had decided these $65,000, $100,000 or 100,000 ingredients, we're just going to grandfather in as safe without doing proper testing. Is that okay with you? Like, that is crazy insane. Toxins are hidden under labels like fragrance that are in many products, hair products, perfumes, makeup, like lotions, all the things that we use on a regular basis. There is up to 300 chemicals within that one ingredient fragrance. If you could work to cut out one bad ingredient, fragrance would be one of the number one things to get rid of. And even products with the word natural or organic still contain fragrance. And the thing with fragrance is the reason why they allow so many, like thousands of ingredients in that one, is because they call it a trade secret. So for a company to produce a product and they want a specific scent, they can use whatever, hundreds and thousands of ingredients to create the scent, and then just list it as fragrance because it's a trade secret. So that's why they actually get around adding all of those other ingredients onto the label. And so with the products that are either natural or organic, what happens is some of those organic great companies that we can have access to, oftentimes, and you'll notice now a huge amount of them are being bought out by massive, huge companies. Like Burt Bees was bought out. Used to be a natural, great little company. It's been actually bought out by a huge corporation. All the ingredients have changed. Everything is different if you were to compare their products over the last few years. And so what else they do is put things like green, the leaf on their bottle, just to make it appealing and for us to think, oh, this is a healthier option. But we're actually just brainwashing consumers to buy products that make us think that we're making a better choice. So cleaners, detergents, toothpaste, soaps, shampoos, lotions, you name it, all have scary ingredients that are linked to skin irritation, eye irritation, organ toxicity, developmental toxicity, fertility issues. Have you not noticed the rise in infertility rates over the last decade? It is much higher than it used to be. And the rise of toxic ingredients that we're exposed to is just rising and rising and rising. So there is a correlation to some of this stuff. Chemicals actually get stuck in our clothing. We layer it on our bodies with lotions, the makeups. We have it on our hands because we're washing dishes all day. And what happens is we have this slow buildup in our system, these toxic ingredients that our body cannot or has a really hard time detoxifying, and the load just gets built up to the point that we tip over and we start having crazy health issues. One study looks at the indoor environment and the effects on children who spend a ton of time inside. So this is usually children under 5 that are home all the time. They're on floors, they're in your carpet, they're on your furniture, and they're down in all your stuff. And children actually end up having a lot more chemical exposures in their body, and they weren't able to detoxify properly because their systems were still developing. So to me, that's scary because I have small children. I want them to be able to play in my home and not have to worry about every little licking the floor or rolling on the couch or anything crazy that kids actually do. I don't want to worry about that. I want to know that what I'm actually using in my home is safe for my children to be playing in, to put on their skin, to all of that kind of stuff. So another crazy thing is even before birthed babies were exposed to toxins, whenever the mother goes, whatever goes into the mother, so you're pregnant, you're the mother, and you're applying things onto your skin, that actually goes through your bloodstream into the umbilical cord and through your baby's bloodstream. And as a pregnant mother, I'm not pregnant, but if I was pregnant and I had a baby, I'm actually affecting myself, I'm affecting my baby that's in utero. And when you have a baby in utero, they actually have all of the eggs that they will ever have while in utero. So you're actually affecting that third generation by what you put on your body. So the other crazy thing is, and this would be from babies that didn't make it through full trimester, and but they had found 200, this is super, super sad, 286 toxic chemicals in the umbilical cords of unborn babies. Like, that's a lot of chemicals in a baby that hasn't even been exposed to the outside world yet. This is stuff that we need to be aware of. So I had mentioned before, but there's also off-gassing from things like carpets, couches, mattresses, bedding, and even children's PJs. I always make sure when I'm in pajamas, and I even, had to tell my mother-in-law and people like that when they're buying my kid clothes, especially PJs, majority of pajamas for children are sprayed with fire retardant. And the reason is because they are worried that kids will catch, like, their clothes will catch fire really fast. But the problem with that is fire retardant is super, super toxic, like so harmful to the body. So I always make sure when you buy PJs, like even Joe Fresh now will have PJs that don't have it. They have this big, long yellow label and will say, this product is not fire retardant, which to me is very important. I always buy my kids PJs that usually organic cotton, but that are very tight fitting so that the clothes fit tight onto their body so they don't have extra fabric that they get caught in, but 100% no fire retardant. There's research now linking off-gassing of mattresses to potentially the problem of SIDS and the effects it's having on babies who are less developed. There are genetic mutations that can make people more prone to toxic exposure. If you're interested, you can always look into this through potentially your doctor or likely a naturopathic type doctor. You can do them online. Places like 23andMe where you can get a full genetic profile to see what your genetics are prone to want to do so that you can make more choices. Like for me, so I did mine through 23andMe. At the time, I didn't think a ton about it. Now I am wondering, the government has a full DNA profile. So hopefully, I don't have repercussions with that. I don't really want the government to have my DNA, but I did it anyways. And I found with me, one of the genes that I had doesn't process caffeine well, which was quite interesting because I was never able to drink coffee or have caffeinated stuff much when I was young. But after having babies, we're moms, and I just needed caffeine things to keep me awake. And so I started drinking coffee, and I got to the point where I could handle it, and I was kind of addicted and needed a cup or two a day. But when I realized what was happening in my body with caffeine, and it was just sending me into the spiral of detoxing really fast and too fast that it wasn't healthy for my body, I cut out the caffeine. And now if I'm exposed to caffeine, I notice a huge difference in how my body reacts. So it's really interesting to kind of learn more about yourself and try help with that. Oh, I'm sorry guys that some of you are having some connection issues. I hope that this will clear itself up a bit. But be sure to double check the replay will stay up so you can tune into that as well. So one thing that I should have made this disclaimer earlier, but I am not a doctor. I am just a mom who has started learning more about this, doing some research, and I encourage you to do the same. So anything you hear from me, feel free to research it yourself so that you're comfortable with it. When you're talking to people about these topics, it's important to find an unbiased source. There's two sides to every story, and some are very forceful one way or another. And I think it's important to know both sides and for you to make an informed choice and what is best for you. So one thing that I want to bring up and mention is the Thieves toothpaste. The one thing that I love about the Thieves toothpaste is it actually has xylitol instead of fluoride. Now, fluoride is a very controversial topic, so I don't want any email. This is just my personal opinion. But fluoride is a neurotoxin. What it does is it's supposed to harden our teeth, which, you know, dentists say is important. And I'm not saying that it's not. Hard teeth are important. But what it does is it actually calcifies and hardens our organs, like our brain and our liver. Now, that's not okay. There is a better way. There's a better way. So it is so toxic for the body that even the labels that actually have fluoride in their toothpaste say, like, caution, do not swallow, if swallowed, control. To me, that's a big red flag. My natural dentist, who is amazing, he looks at all sides, makes an informed decision, gives you the information, but he actually absolutely loves the Thieves toothpaste. They sell it in their clinic, they promote it to their patients. So it's just something to be aware of and to think about. The other cool thing is there's also Thieves Ultra toothpaste, which is also a good alternative for Sensodyne. And my favorite is the new Thieves whitening toothpaste. This one is amazing. I've noticed a lot of a difference in how bright my teeth are. This also contains xylitol and just some other awesome ingredients that help to enhance the whiteness of your teeth. I did a post in our community group recently with kind of more information about the Thieves whitening toothpaste, which was super fascinating. Some other cool uses is the Thieves toothpaste can actually be very versatile. So I actually like to use it because when I travel, I take this small guy, the Thieves toothpaste, and I will use it as toothpaste and also as a deodorant. And it works fantastic to help with the smell, with sweating, and all of that kind of stuff. It's a very good alternative for that. Also helps to get rid of all the bacteria and stuff because you don't want that sitting in your armpits. We all know, or we may know, that most deodorants and antiperspirants are super, super harmful because they can contain things like aluminum, lots of toxic ingredients that can be linked to breast cancers. Most often they find the lymph nodes around the armpit are where cancers start, which is directly correlated with what you put under your arms. So, super cool thing that I want to share with you tonight, a research study, and this is like fascinating. So the toxins that affect your great-grandparents could actually be in your genes, and this is called transgenerational epigenetics. So this is a study. If you're interested in getting your hands on the link to the study, I can let you know. So this is a study by biologist Michael Skinner, and he was actually trying to test agricultural fungicide. And so Skinner exposed pregnant rats to an endocrine disruptor, a chemical known to interfere with fetal development. What he was hoping to do is, in the process of the unborn fetus, which was becoming a female, is kind of switch that. But the chemical used, which was this agricultural fungicide, had no effects on sexual differentiation. The scientists did find out that it actually lowered the sperm count and decreased fertility when used with a male offspring as they reached adulthood. But that was no surprise. And what he thought was the study was a bust. But by accident, one of Skinner's colleagues actually started to breed the grandchildren of these exposed rats. And when they created the fourth generation of the great-grandchildren of the original subjects, they discovered a new way of thinking and the possible long-term health effects and exposures of the chemicals in the environment. So, just a few more points about that. He noticed that the rats from the third generation after the pregnant mothers were exposed to the fungicide, the animals had abnormally low sperm count, which I mentioned, but it also changed their inherited DNA sequence. So this is changing people's DNA, or these rats, which also will happen in humans. So again and again, these diseases also showed up in the 4th and 5th generation of the offspring. Skinner explained that what the great-grandmother was exposed to could cause disease in you and your grandchildren. They had altered the patterns of the simple molecules called methyl groups that latch onto the DNA in the fetus, and it would eventually become, that eventually became the egg or the sperm. And they were like burrs that stuck, like burrs that would stick to a sweater, but these methyl molecules actually started to interfere with the functioning of the DNA, and it rode down through future generations, opening each new one to the same disease. So another thing he noted was when he bathed the insides of his pregnant rat in bug spray, jet fuel, and BPA, the plastic component recently banned in baby bottles, each exposure left a distinct pattern of these methyl groups attached in their DNA and into the grandchildren. So not only is your great-grandmother's environment affecting your health, but the chemicals that you're exposed to actually can affect the generations to come for you. And it's actually leaving like a scientific fingerprint that can be traced, because now they can start to trace all of this stuff. So that's just crazy. Like this epigenetic type stuff is quite fascinating. It's a lot of information, but it just goes to show that what we're exposed to can affect our babies and our babies' babies and our babies' babies' babies. Like, this is a big deal. So a few other things. I'm going to go through the most toxic things in our home and alternatives to replace, and then we will wrap this up in a pretty bow. So most toxic things in our home, number 1 is actually plastic food containers. We run them constantly, they turn cloudy, the plastic starts to break down, and when it breaks down, it releases chemicals which will leak into your food and into your dishes, and even worse if you microwave it. Phthalates are super endocrine disrupting hormones. An endocrine system is like your whole system that works together that's going to affect every aspect of your body, your hormones, all of it. So first step is switch to glass containers. Microwaving your food is also super harmful. It kills all the enzymes, so you actually don't have proper enzymes in your food. It's definitely a pain. I get it. I actually personally never grew up with a microwave. My mother would never buy one. And when they were cool and hip, kind of in the 90s, I was like, everybody has a microwave. This is so frustrating. But I just learned to, like, you heat things up on the stovetop, or you put it in a glass dish and you heat it in the oven. Like, it takes a little bit extra time, but it's totally worth it for your health. Non-stick pans, they have a POA coating that actually can leach into your food when you cook it. Alternative is Young Living has amazing frying pans. They are an investment, I will tell you that. They're on the NFR side, but I have never, ever in my life, so if that's something you want to think about for, I've never had a frying pan and pot that are so, so good. Is the Young Living titanium frying pans. The other option is to use cast iron or pure stainless steel, and then use a high flame point oil, like avocado oil, to cook your food in to help with the non-stick part of it. Second toxic thing in your home that you need to get rid of is air fresheners. Air fresheners, candles, Scentsy, heat up things that smell good, all of it super, super toxic. They also contain phthalates, which disrupt the immune system, your endocrine system, your hormones, perfumes, fabric softeners, fabric sprays, Febreze, cleaning products. All of that you can easily replace by diffusing your essential oils to make your home smell good. We get on the smell of our home all the time, and all we do is we use concentrated thieves cleaner in a spray bottle. You take 1 cap of the thieves, put it in a glass bottle, and clean your whole house. It's amazing. The third, so the other thing is like, and I think I have this listed, Thieves Cleaner, the cost per liter is $1.75. Like, that's dirt cheap. Whereas Mr. Clean is $4 a liter. You can actually replace every single cleaner in your home by just using the Thieves Concentrated Cleaner. There's many ratios that you can mix it with. It has on the label if you need a stronger ratio, but you can make 30 bottles out of this one. So it's costing you just over $1 per cleaner, opposed to having so many different types of cleaner in your home, which are also super harmful for your children. The third thing to get rid of and to ditch and switch would be cosmetics. We use this stuff on our skin every single day. So this is from face wash, lotions, makeup, all of it. You can have about 126 toxic ingredients, which are listed as hazardous to our system by the Environmental Working Group, on your body in a day. Like, you can put so many things on your body, from the shampoo, the makeup, the lotions, all of it, by the time you walk out of the house by 8 or 9 in the morning. Whereas Young Living has the alternative beautiful face care products that are 100% natural, infused with essential oils, mineral-based makeup, which actually helps with the of your skin, the health of your skin. It actually can help reduce age spots, help reduce blemishes, because you're not actually taking stuff on to cover up. You're just actually enhancing the beautiful features that you already have. Fourth thing is antiperspirants or deodorants, super harmful. Instead, Young Living has deodorant options, or you can do the tooth pits and use your toothpaste, super cost effective, and 2 birds with 1 stone with that product. Number 5 would be sunscreen and bug sprays. Sunscreen contains oxybenzone, which is super toxic to your health. Bug sprays contain DEET, which is not great for you and super toxic. Young Living has naturally derived sunscreen that has zinc oxide. And then for bugs, you can actually use essential oils. They work amazing to get rid of the bugs. Another tip is to up your vitamin Bs, which will help to keep the bugs away. 6th thing to get out of the house that is toxic is antibacterial soaps. They contain triclosan, which is super harmful. It acts as an antibiotic, so you're actually applying antibiotic to your hands multiple times a day, which is directly linking to drug-resistant bacteria that are so scary and so harmful. Antibacterial soaps are also not biodegradable, so that's staying in our soil, going back into our food source and back into our bodies. Like, this is an awful cycle. Other crazy things, when it's mixed with chlorine in water, it can actually produce a small amount of chloroform gas. So antibacterial hand soaps, no, bad. Get rid of them. The best thing to replace is the Thieves foaming hand soap. We love it. We have it in every room in or bathroom in our house, in our kitchen. I actually take it to the school and it goes in all the classrooms because I want my kids using that soap instead of the toxic stuff. And if you're brand new and have yet to join Young Living, if you join this month, you can get a free hand soap when you enroll with a premium starter kit. And then 7th is flame chemical, which we did talk about, but dryer sheets, super toxic, all of that kind of stuff. They're easy to switch out. Use things like dryer balls that you can just apply a drop or 2 of essential oil. You're going to spend $10 to $15 on a set of dryer balls that you can use for months and months and months. And you won't be wasting money on toxic crap like fabric softener. What else do I want to share with you? And so many awesome notes here. So share with me one of your favorite takeaways from learning about going chemical free. One thing, either take away something you learned or something you want to switch, share with me in the comments. I'm going to have some giveaways. I have a couple awesome books here. Where did I put them? Oh, right here. So this is called Chemical Free Home. It has some amazing tips on how to go chemical free. So there's Chemical Free Home 1 or 2. I'm going to give these away. I'm also going to give away a Thieves Aroma Bright toothpaste and a Young Living toothbrush. So comment in the comment sections what you learned, what you want to ditch, what you're going to switch out. You can even post a picture. It would be amazing to see the things that you're going to get rid of. When I started on our wellness journey back 7.5 years ago, well, we started on that way before, but it was 7.5 years ago that I had decided no more of this crap in my house. And I got a laundry basket. I went through, got rid of every single cleaner, deodorant, my husband's cologne, like everything, Tylenol, you name it. And I had it in this laundry basket. And he thought I was off my rocker or crazy. And I said, you know what? We can find a better alternative. We can use an oil. We can find something natural for all of these things that we no longer need. And I threw them all out. And it was, at the time, he was not super excited, but it was one of the best changes we ever made. And we have noticed amazing effects for our children's immune system just from helping them to deal with things naturally. So start today. It's just one thing at a time, one thing that you can afford to switch out. It doesn't have to be all at once. I did go a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I want to make these changes now, and I'm not waiting any longer. But even think about, like, you run out of dish soap. Try the Thieves dish soap. Try a natural option. Try a natural option. You run out of cleaner. Get the best cleaner in the world. Like, all the cleaners that we've ever had come and clean our house, because sometimes I do that, have all fallen in love with Thieves cleaner and have said, I've never used a cleaner as good as this. There's so many ways that you can improve your health, and it does not have to break the bank. I would also strongly recommend what Young Living has is called the Essential Rewards Program, which is a loyalty program. So once you are a member with Young Living, you get 24% off all of your product purchases. But you also, on the Essential Rewards Program, can get 10 to 25% back additionally towards free product. It is like 100% the best way to ditch and switch and have a chemical-free home. So you decide you want to get started, you order your products on Essential Rewards. The first 3 months, you get 10% back to redeem towards free stuff. After those 3 months, so the 4th month, you get 20% back. So you spend 100 PV, which is pretty much equivalent to $100, 120 Canadian, and you'll get $20 back towards free products. So in a matter of a couple of months, you can switch out 2 or 3 things in your home to go chemical free. It is so doable. It's so possible. It can be so affordable. It's just a matter of mindset and wanting to do it. Like everyday things, we've switched out all the things we talked about: the cleaner, the toothpaste, shampoo, makeup, laundry soap, dish soap, like everything my husband uses. And now he is like loving the chemical-free lifestyle. So if you're brand new to this and you've never tried Young Living before, send me a message. And if you get started, I will send you a gift. I'll include a sample for all of you members, or if you join Essential Rewards for the first time and you still haven't tried the Thieves Household, one of those in the mail for you as well. It is so simple to ditch and switch. I encourage you to take that leap of faith and that first step, and your health will thank you. Your mental clarity will be better. You're going to feel better. You're going to be more excited, and it's going to be worth it. It's worth it to cause toxicity to the blood and the brain by using products that aren't good for you. There's such a better way. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. Sorry that this is, I get so excited and it's always a little bit longer than I hope. I want to try to keep it small so it's easy to rewatch. But this is stuff that we need to learn and we need to share and we need to know. So tag your people in this video that need to hear about it. Shoot me a personal message if you have any questions. With the next few classes, we're going to have a couple classes coming up. One on how to share Young Living with the people that you love. We're also going to have a class coming up on emotions and the feelings kit, which is going to be so fun. So I encourage you to tune in to those, and I look forward to seeing you guys next Monday. Have an amazing night. We will talk to you soon.